What's up, everybody? Sorry for my tardiness, but I am here. Have no fear. Go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, all that good stuff. Let's go ahead and get into this. What's up, everybody? It's your boy AT2 here, bringing you another episode of Talk the Real Deal with AT2. How everybody doing? How everybody living? How everybody feeling today? Let me say what's up to the people before we start, before we get into this whole Nene Leakes and Erica Mena situation. Now, I just want to say this before I greet everybody. Now, that video didn't have like a ton of views, but it had a lot of comments and stuff like that. And I was very surprised. So I was like, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go ahead and do a live. And then if anybody wants to say anything or disagree with me or agree, they definitely can. So that's why we're doing this again. So I just want to clarify for those of y'all who watched the uploaded video from the other day. But let me say what's up to the people. Like I said, what's up, son? How you doing? I love seeing all my members. We got Miss Kitty Cat. We got Miss AT Alien Stan up in the building. Hello. What's up, Tasha? What's up, Cheryl? What's up, Bossy? You here too? Okay. We got quite a few people here. So, for those of you who don't know the backstory, Erica Mena had got fired from Love and Hip Hop. I want to say, was it a year or 2 years ago? It's been a minute, right? She had called Spice a monkey. Her not being black and calling Spice a monkey, you can't help but to think it was racial. And also, too, I want to clarify something that I didn't during the pre-uploaded video. This is not her first time calling somebody a monkey. Like, she has called somebody a monkey before on Love and Hip Hop. It just didn't go viral. So this is actually the second time. Now, with Spice, she did get into a heated argument, right? And it was over some stuff about Safari, her ex-husband. Now, a lot of people go like, well, AT2, how come you didn't call out what Spice said? Now, what Spice had said was, your son, the one that doesn't like you. That's what she said. She did not talk about this woman child. She just pointed out that the lady child does not like her. So I don't constitute as that. Like, I feel like some parents are too sensitive. Mind you, this is coming from somebody with no kids. But I feel like some of you parents are way too sensitive. Like, if I'm dragging you, I'm usually dragging your parenting skills. So with that being said, if you're a shitty parent, then oh well. But, I never talk about somebody's kid, unless they're adults. Your adult children, I'm dragging the out of them. But kids, no, that's off limit, right? But what she said was your son, the one that doesn't even like you. So again, but then Erica could have said something back like, well, your kids are in London with your mom or whatever. Like, Spice doesn't have she has custody, but her kids live over in London. You know how Jamaica and London have a they're under that whole what you call it, not parliament. You know how like Britain, they colonized a whole bunch of places. They under that, the crown or whatever the hell you call it. So yeah. So, Erica could have said something like that, but you calling the lady a monkey. And then even in this video, she doubles down and says, well, she looked like a monkey. So let's go ahead and watch it together so I can get my commentary. And then we can go ahead and drag Erica and Nene. Or you guys can drag me if you agree with them. All right, let's get to it.
Go there, you know. So
I love that period, but I just don't think I want to have my relationship public.
Yeah, we've done it for so long.
It didn't really work for me to do that. But anyway, so you were talking about that thing happened over at Love and Hip Hop, which was the
The thing
the
thing with the
that
thing
happened with you and Spice. You've moved on from that. Yeah, you've moved on from that now. But I mean, how was that moment? It was a because I reached out to you during that moment. If you remember.
You did.
So
you were
that
one of the
was,
very few that did reach out. And I appreciate that. And that's the thing too. I feel like anyone who's ever had a real moment with me in life will know, like, okay, yeah, that was wrong, but that's not like what you're trying to say about her is not her.
Right.
So I appreciate that, especially being, you know, an African-American woman that's been scrutinized as much as I have on TV. And obviously we're not the ones to come forward.
Here's my thing. If I ever have a white friend or somebody of a different race get in trouble for saying something, do not call AT2 to come and defend you and be like, yeah, they're not a race. No, I'm going to be like, oh, well, hey, I can, you know, privately support you and say, you know, maybe you need to learn from this, but I'm not going to come and publicly say anything in your defense, because if you did something wrong, then you need to fix that. Why am I going to fix it for you? Like, that has nothing to do with me. You need to go ahead and handle that situation. Like, that's how I feel. And so it's weird how Nene Leakes reached out to her and was coddling her and like, oh, it's okay, and all this other stuff. Like, come on, man. Like, what you doing? Let Erica defend herself. Let her people, you know, she Dominican or whatnot, let her people defend her. What are you doing going against the other black woman who was verbally assaulted? Like, come on now. And this is why people get away with disrespecting black people, because we coddle them and we tell them, oh, it's okay, you didn't mean it. No, 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 no. Let them suffer, because when you get in trouble, they don't come behind your back and try to defend you. So, granted, y'all, I'm going too deep. Y'all ain't even ready for this.
So we, you know, we do set a certain precedence or whatever, but I appreciate the fact that you did reach out, because, you know, it just goes to show you, like, you really know who I am. So I appreciate that. It was a trying time, obviously, because you got a chance to see, like, who was what.
Yeah. But some people too, and when things like that happen, I think some people don't know what to do,
because they want to be so political. Yeah,
and especially with things like that, I think people don't know whether I should say something, should I support, should I not support? Like, people are afraid, because you really, in that moment, you're walking on like eggshells. People are afraid for their careers, and I don't know.
And I think too, what makes it scary for people, believe it or not, is people being authentic in any kind of way. They get attacked on social media, and then there's this quick, oh, let's cancel, and people are quick to like throw that cancel kind of thing out there. And it's just like, at the end of the day, no matter what you guys say in the comments, like, God has his plan for everybody individually. So even in the trying times where on TV, you know, we may do something that's unfortunate and probably, you know, not the best of who we are. That doesn't mean like someone's life is completely over just because the world feels some type of way, or and honestly.
Okay. So I want to also, and this is what I didn't do yesterday, is call out the producers of Love and Hip Hop, Mona and all of them, right? Mona Scott. Because at the end of the day, that was something that was filmed. That wasn't like it was live and they didn't know about it. Like, that was filmed. The only reason why Erica was fired was because of the public backlash, and people were like, hold on, like, this ain't right here, you know? But Love and Hip Hop filmed that. And then Erica was even filming for the next season. So the producers of Love and Hip Hop did not find anything wrong with what she did. So this is also plays a role into the reason why she feels that it's okay to disrespect black people, because you niggas is gonna give me a job anyway. Y'all ain't ready for this, I'm telling y'all.
Honestly, it was a catch-22 because it was 50% people on her and 50% people on me. It was like even down the middle. But even that, like, putting two women who shouldn't even been in the situation in the first place to, you know, against each other, it's always kind of unfortunate. But at the same time, it's like, it's part of the game, and you just kind of have to stand firm on who you are. And you know, that's why too, I give so much, like, I love Bambi. Like, everybody knows like my relationship with Bambi, but You don't have a lot of people that like.
Thank you, Hira. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. It said, when I see both of them, I want to cuss. Not you want to cuss. Thank you. I appreciate that, Hira. All right, let's get back to the video. You know when they said that old school saying, I'm so mad I can spit? Yeah, it's kind of like that, huh?
Even still, like, because I was obviously off the show, but even still now, I got to see my friend being attacked by this certain individual just because she knows how much of a friend she is to me. And she just rides the wave, and she's been riding the wave since it happened. But there's certain people like that in my life that, you know, and she got scrutinized so bad for, you know, standing up for me in the way she was supposed to. But it came and went, but she stood 10 toes down. So as far as like, you know, people are scared, this, that, and third, it's more about how real you are, you know, about a situation.
Yeah. Do you think that some fans felt like you got a pass because you weren't Black? Do you think you got a pass?
I don't think there's a pass or anything like
I don't remember that situation, but they do talk about the N-word in here. So we'll kind of address that as well, too, my opinion on that.
I think it's genuinely wrong.
Some people would have gotten completely canceled, and because you're not Black, you didn't get canceled.
I mean,
the way that
and I don't want to point fingers, but I've had women who are really like white on Love and Hip Hop who've actually said the word.
Yeah.
You know, and not saying it's right, because obviously growing up in New York, the word is kind of like used as a homie kind of thing. And I feel like, you know, whatever. But I have been viral for years when I did the scene with Rich Dollars, and he gave away my song, and I'm like, you can't trust nobody, not even the end that you sneak with. That was so viral. It went all over the place for years and years and years and years. And not saying it's right, but I definitely said the word in that. And it was never an issue then. But it became an issue when, you know, at the end of the day, it's kind of like, I don't know, I guess it was, you got another woman who's obviously a lot darker than me. She came at me in regards to my son.
Okay, let's address the whole Nene. I don't know what kind of question that was about. Oh, do you think you didn't get canceled because you're not Black? Or I don't know what she was trying to say. I feel like she should have went deeper with that, because it was very surface level. Oh shoot, thank you, Stacy. I appreciate that. I didn't see your super sticker. Thank you. But I feel like she should have went deeper in what she was trying to say. I believe what she was trying to get to is that, do you feel like because you're not Black, nobody basically holds you accountable? Well, this is what I would have said. No one holds you accountable for the things that you say. Like, no one cares if you say racially insensitive stuff. It's all like, oh, who cares? And you're still able to work because you got a reality show on Zeus Network. You still work with different brands and stuff like that. It seems that you have not actually gotten canceled. It just seemed like you lost a job. That's the way I would have framed the question. But again, Nene is not a good interviewer. And mind you, I've been giving Nene her props for scoring all these interviews, but Nene, you failed on this one. You know, platform spice. Like, just like she did wrong with the Tamar interview, you should have platformed Lonnie Love after that. Hopefully after this situation, you get to platform Spice, you know? And I want to talk about the N-word. Okay. So I kind of talked about this in the pre-recorded video, but let's address it again. So the way that I feel about the N-word is that at this point, I don't care if you say or use it, just don't use it towards me. That's how I feel. Don't use it towards me. We not cool like that. We ain't like, because I don't use the word frequently like that. I never did. Not because I was told not to or anything like that. I think I just realized like I was in mixed company because, you know, I grew up in the suburbs. So when people say, even though it shouldn't be a thing, but if we just pretend like, okay, it's nothing and we use it together, basically us as Black people, they copy everything that we do, right? So with that being said, we are kind of like the curators of cool. And so because they see us use it, everybody else want to use it and everything like that. So whatever, right? But then I say this, if people are offended by you using the word, then use another word around them. And like I said the other day, black people also get told, like, don't use the N word. Like, you know, the older generation, they don't like all that. No, 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 they don't like all that. And even just not the older generation, there's people who are like, hey, you can use another word or don't describe me as a no, 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 you know, you can use a different word. So if people are asking you not to say it, then respect that, you know? Just like I'm pretty sure there's words that she doesn't like hearing people say at all, you know? I know for me, I try not to use the C word too much, and I don't like the C word really a lot. And I'm talking about the word that rhymes with punt. But sometimes there's people who do act like the C word. And so sometimes I will use it, but typically if I use it towards a man because I know it doesn't carry the same weight. Does it make it right? No. But if somebody said AT2, you should not use that word, I wouldn't use that word, you know, in front of their presence. I wouldn't use that word. But again, respect people. All right, here we go. Let's go back.
And a word that, yes, has been used to racially kind of, defame, or what do you say? To belittle a race at one point in time. It wasn't said because I was racist. I said it because it was more of an appearance thing. It wasn't skin related at all. And I say all that to say that people have selective outrage because this is the woman you guys.
So her appearance. So basically you're saying that she looked like a monkey. It had nothing to do with her skin. She looked like a monkey. Now, you can't make this up. She literally walked into that. You're saying that she looked like a monkey, but it had nothing to do with her skin. Come on now. Come on now, Eric. Are you serious? Are you serious? And then this, what? Yeah, that is a problem. That's a huge problem. Like, you all like, well, she looked like a monkey. Was she wearing a monkey outfit? Did she have a monkey costume on? Was she wearing doo-doo brown? And that's why you said no. The lady got blue hair for God's sake. So, I mean, you saying she looked like a monkey. Why did she look like a monkey? Because she black? And we know the history of black people being called monkeys, gorillas, apes, and all that. Come on now. She playing in our face. She played in Nene's face.
Guys are going like so hard for, but she literally went viral, or should I say had a whole media campaign about becoming a white woman and how proud she was to bleach her skin, or I don't even know what her MO was at that time. But it just goes to show you, like, people just at the end of the day have selective outrage, because I feel like it was because of me. I'm used to being kind of hated one week, and then you know how it is with us when we're on air. Sometimes they're riding for us, sometimes they're against us. So and I've been like that 15 years. So I have more people that hate me than root for me. So I feel like that was their time.
So I don't know that you do. I don't know that you
think
do.
No,
I don't think that you do. I don't. So can you tell me, like, what is your nationality?
I'm Puerto Rican and Dominican. So my dad's Dominican, my mom's Puerto Rican.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's unfortunate.
You have black children.
Yeah, I have black children, and I'm definitely far from racist. You know, I grew up. All my friends are black. I have Jamaican best friends.
I have black friends.
You know, it's just Jamaican throughout my blood. I'm not the only one in my family that has black children. So, you know, it's just unfortunate. Like I said, it's definitely something that I want to put behind me. I'm blessed that God has given me.
Okay, I left this comment up because I was under the impression she did release the Krishan interview. She didn't release it? I thought she did. double check on that, G baby. I think she did release that. But anyway, I want to go to this whole thing about people in her family have black children or whatever. That doesn't mean that you're not racist. It doesn't coincide with, oh well, I can't be racist because my children are black. Blah, blah, blah. No, that doesn't matter. Like anybody can experience, racism, or anybody can be prejudiced. Like that doesn't matter. I think that was her way of trying to escape taking accountability. And here's my thing: the fact that she doesn't say like, damn, I'm literally on these platforms, which are all black platforms, and I had to look at myself, or this is what I would say, of course. I had to look at myself and be like, well, damn, maybe I have been disrespectful. Maybe I haven't thought about the culture at all and how I'm using my privilege to disrespect these people that I work with. And maybe it made me look at myself and say, hey, maybe there's some things that I need to change. Like there was no accountability during this interview. None at all. I was waiting to hear like, oh, you know what? That was wrong. I shouldn't have did this or that or this. And mind you, these are black people who give her platforms. I think there's a movie that coming out that she's featured with a whole bunch of other black people. Like this is her bread and butter, right? It'd be different if her, audience was white or, or even Hispanic, I don't see Telemundo giving her a platform or anything like that. It's usually black people. Like this interview, for instance, Nene, no matter how much skin lightening cream, no matter how chopped her nose is, no matter how much blonde wig she wears, she's still a black woman at the end of the day. But of course, Nene is an opportunist and she only cries racism when it benefits her. Just like that whole lawsuit against Bravo and stuff like that. She did that lawsuit saying that, oh, there was a whole bunch of racism and all this other stuff, but yet she will beg to go back to the same network that's racist. So Nene is also full of shit too. And I don't think she was the right person to have this discussion with. They should have kept it about maybe like fashion or hair or something like that. They shouldn't have had this deep discussion because Nene is not the one to have the deep discussion at all.
An opportunity to kind of push forward because that could have been something that ultimately stopped me. But no, God turned around, gave me my own dating show. It was beyond successful to the point that the ratings, if I was to walk anywhere and say, this is my ratings, I'm pretty sure, you know what I mean? So I'm in a great place. And then right now I have a movie coming out at movie theaters, August 29th.
Yes. So tell us about it. Come on.
So I'm on my Nene Leakes.
Yeah, tell us. Yes.
So
okay, no free promo for her. But yeah, that's where I was coming from, you guys. I was all like, this is ridiculous. Like, she hasn't learned anything because, and let me tell you this, she might have got fired from Love and Hip Hop, but she's still working. It's like, okay, like, who cares? Like, I can say whatever I want to because at the end of the day, you guys can't cancel me. I'm uncancelable, if that's a word. Uncancelable? No, that's not a word. But I can do, say, and get away with it because you ninjas is still going to hire me. Y'all still going to give me a job. I'm still working. Now, if she had been humbled where it was affecting her pockets, oh, this would have been a totally different interview, right? But because she knows that she can get away with X, Y, and Z, and nobody's going to hold her accountable, yeah, she don't give a damn. She don't. And Erica is not the only one. There's a lot of people that we can name that's benefits off of our culture, but really doesn't care about the people. Because again, people can like black culture. That doesn't necessarily mean that they like black people. I'm gonna repeat that one more time. People can like black culture, but that doesn't necessarily mean that they like black people. Just like the saying, they want our rhythm, but not our blues, You guys have heard that before, right? So this is just another example of, I don't care. Y'all not gonna do anything to me. Kind of like, what's the Mexican rapper dude when they asked him about why he used the N-word and he said, "Oh, who gonna check me?" But he said that in front of a whole bunch of women. He didn't say that in front of men. He said that in front of a whole bunch of women, right? So again, people know what's right and people know what's wrong. But again, if nobody's held accountable for anything, and again, this is not a whole cancel culture argument or anything like that, because I don't believe in cancel culture. Obviously, cancel culture doesn't do anything because Erica is still working, right? But it's more of an accountability thing. Like, that's what I more or less like to say, accountability more than cancel culture. But anyway, you guys, the code switch when yes, exactly. I'm a blues artist. Most of my audience is white, but I'm sure they don't all like like them. Oh, okay. Yes. Oh yeah, Mexican OT. That's what his name is. Yeah. Mexican OT. And he's like a whole MAGA supporter and everything. Like, yeah, there's some hatred there. Miley Cyrus, yep, she did it. And Justin Bieber, well, I would say Justin Bieber is doing it, but not did it, but doing it. But that's a different conversation for a different day. But let me know what you guys think about the video. Please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I love y'all. We out of here. Deuces, y'all.